In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the brush ring assembly on a DeWALT DW718 miter saw. All of the parts used in this video and many more can be found on our website at eReplacementParts.com. Let's get started. To get started, we'll remove the top handle, the side cover on the switch handle, and the top of the switch handle. Now remove this strap that secures the wires to the saw. This will give us enough play in the wires so we can remove the motor cover. Now remove the motor end cap. With the end cap removed, now we have access to the brushes. I'll pull the brush springs away and remove the brushes from the armature. Now remove the 4 screws that secure the motor cover to the rest of the saw. And now I can pull this assembly away from the saw. Now I can remove this protective ring from the motor housing. And that exposes the wires connected to the field. I need to remove these wires, but before I do, I'll want to note the location of each wire for reassembly. To do that, I'm just simply going to take a photograph. And now I can remove the wires. Now just squeeze the strain relief on the side of the motor housing closed with a pair of pliers, and go ahead and remove the cord from the housing. Now remove the field from the housing. We'll start by removing the 2 screws that secure the field to the housing. With the screws removed, now it's just a matter of tapping the field out of the motor housing. To do that, I'm going to insert a screwdriver through the top of the motor housing and let the screwdriver rest on the top of the metal pieces inside the field. And I'll just gently tap the field away from the motor housing. I'll alternate from side to side as I do this. With the field out of the way, now we have access to the brush ring assembly. It's secured in place with a couple of screws. I'll go ahead and remove those screws now. And now I can remove that assembly from the motor housing. Here I have our new brush ring assembly. I'll slide our new brush ring assembly into the motor housing and secure it with the 2 screws. Now, just like we did before, I'll pull the brush springs away and pull the brushes out of their holders. Now I'll slide the field back into the housing. And we'll secure the field with the 2 screws. Now I'll reattach all the wires to the field using the picture I took earlier as a guide. As I reinstall the wires, I want to make sure that I get everything tucked away so it won't come in contact with the armature. Now I'll reinstall the plastic ring back into the motor housing that protects the wires. And now I'll slide the motor housing and field assembly back over the armature. And secure it with the 4 screws. Now we can reinstall the motor brushes. And now I'll reinstall the motor cap. Now I'll resecure the wires to the saw using the plastic strap. Now I'll tuck all the wires back into the handle so we can reinstall the top portion of the handle. And now I'll just resecure the handle. Now I'll replace the small side cover and the top handle.